So thank you. Yeah. Are we on?
We say the Gemara. Were you asking for Ron?
Sorry for this technical down what's happening, but try. And now, yeah, take that off. And full. People going on the road. They saw somebody coming towards them. Amar Echamian, does it Zeppelin? What meant who it is? Was it Mr. Greenstein? So one said, I'm sure it's Mr. Greenstein. And it is, I'm going to be I'm not sure about the point. We would bet if I'm not, if I'm wrong, I'll be a Nazir. But they didn't do that. That I'm right, I'm Mr. Greenstein, and I'm a Nazir if he is. And the other one said, that it's not him. And if I'm right, I'm going to be a Nazir. I don't get the culture. Like our culture is different. When you say, I'll be a Nazir if I'm wrong. But that's not the way it goes over here. It seems to say that I'll be a Nazir if I'm right. So one said, I'm sure that it's him. One said, Nazir.
Maybe because of hafla, it has to be so certain.
But either make a difference if yes or not, but it doesn't make a difference what the mushal could have been. It could have been in our, if I'm a Nazir, if I'm not. No, but I'm sure, if I'm wrong. And that said, I'm Nazir that it is him. That one said, I'm a Nazir that it's him. The third one said, I'm a Nazir that one of you too. One of you is a Nazir, but he's right. One of them is a Nazir. It's the much is very theoretical, but that's the case we're given. One of them is zero. Both of you on the zero. He's wrong. I'm not a zero. The other one says all of the above. He's even the one who says Shechnechem Nazirim. I think that all of Nazirim, and I'm going to be a Nazir that all of you are Nazirim. Why is that? Because right, that's the answer. Because Nazirus B'Tos and Nazirus, and therefore even the ones that were wrong, Nazirim. And therefore the one who said one of you is a Nazir, he thought that only one of them was a Nazir. He's really wrong. Both. The one who said both of them are Nazirim, he's the one that was really right. And I mean, why they didn't? Because Beishamai says that a Nazirus B'Tos is also a Nazir. The Yisod of the Mishnah is Beishamai says that even a mistake is also Nazirus, and therefore everyone is they're also Nazirim. Also,
the last couple of cases couldn't be.
no, because the truth is Beishamai is right that the first two are Nazirim.
But the guy says that everybody's going to be.
And they are. The truth is that they are, because Beishamai which doesn't make sense. It should be the one who was right. The only one who's a nazir is the one who was right. If you take out the word shalom, you read it sheniskan, but then it would make sense. The Gemara is going to change. This one word doesn't throw us off. It's like that.
Right.
What doesn't the Mishnah reads is that they all made themselves nazir if they're right, and Basil says, "Oh, right." When final Greenstein comes, or he doesn't come, it's not Mr. Greenstein. Whenever the person comes, then who's right? So whoever was right. So the first one, and this third and the fourth one said one is a nazir, one is not a nazir. Figure out who was every right, and it doesn't hold of nazir's betos. Okay. Now that's
Rabbi, can you check your internet? Maybe you're on the wrong- Rabbi, can you check your internet? Maybe you're on the wrong thing. Great topic.
Yeah, every other
Hello?
word gets cut off. Every other word gets cut off.
It says the Wi-Fi is good over here. Here it says it's connected, secure. Here it says everything is good. It also says that the bars are good also, I see over here. 1 second, what did I say over here? Yeah, the bars are also full strength over here. So I don't know
Now
what's
that you're
wrong
not,
with it.
now that you're not saying words of Torah, it's coming very clear. Maybe it's the Yitzhar.
Ah.
Okay, what could I be doing wrong? I'm not sure.
No, I'll give you an answer. Maybe if it's possible, either bring the computer closer to you, that the microphone pickup should be closer to you.
Everything's going down the whole time. The whole thing is shaky. The whole thing is unstable. Okay, I can't. Okay. Okay, so I'll try again. I can't tell if I can't tell if I'm being audible, but we'll try. Okay. So the next, so we have already Bishamai that says only even the ones who are wrong. Here we have Bishamai, and we have Beis Hillel, and we also have Rabbi Tarfon. So Bishamai says that even if it's a mistake, it's still a nazir. He still says only mistakes are not a nazir. Only if you're right. Only if you got it right, are you a nazir? Rabbi Tarfon is a big chiddush. Nobody's a nazir, and that the Gemara explains. It's going to explain soon. And we had it once before that he holds that ishki yafli lindor nezer. Yafli means that it's specific. That has to be clear cut. So it's only if someone made a nazirus on a condition. Rabbi Tarfon knows that it's not a nazirus. It has to be a definite thing, not dependent, independent. It has to be I am a nazir. He's the big smekel. He said that no one's a nazir only if you're a definite. Only if you knew you're going to be a definite nazir. If you made it on a condition, even if the condition was fulfilled, you're also not a nazir. Only if you made straightforward, I'm a nazir unconditionally. But if you made yourself on a condition, so he holds nazir. Here, even the ones who said I'm a nazir because he's this, even if he comes out that it was Mr. Greenstein, doesn't make a difference because he wasn't sure. He says, I think so. But if not. You can't make a nazirus on tonight. That's what Tarfon's in. So I have 3 opinions.
Like a neder, it's also
No, but neder, you could make a neder tonight, but nazirus is only if it's unconditional, straightforward. I remain in nazir. Okay. Here, see Allah Chorov, the person who was coming towards them, they were all waiting on anticipation to see who it is. He turned around and ran away. So we don't even know who it is. So, Eino Nazir. So, this goes into another question. Even if you hold that he would be a Nazir, let's say Bishamai. Bishamai holds that they're a Nazir because of a suffix. But here's another question now. That, or Reb Tarfon says not. But the ones who are right, let's say, Basil says the ones who are right. Basil says the one who is right is really a Nazir. Let's talk about Basil. The one who's right is really a Nazir. So now they don't know who's right because he didn't come in, he didn't step forward. He turned around and went back. The word Usia usually means like he got scared. I'm not sure he's scared about it. You hear everybody talking better. Who's he? I don't know what the place of. It means usually when a person is shocked and he goes back, but I'm not sure. That's not the point. The point is that he's not here. Right. So according to Beis Hillel, that there's an issue now because the one who's right is really a Nazir. Whoever got it right is a Nazir, but we don't know who's right. So it means maybe it has to be a suffix Nazir. So Rav Shimon Omer, Kid Yoma, a person should say.
So the Tanakhama says here, see Allah.
Thank you, I missed that. And the Tanakhama, the Gemara says Rabbi Yehuda, he holds that a person doesn't go into a nazirus on a suffix. Means I'm only want to be a Nazir. I'm making a decision on if I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And if there's going to be a suffix, I don't want to get involved. Means I don't want to be mechayiv myself to do something a la suffix. I'm only being mechayiv myself on the tzad that I'm going to find out, and I'm going to definitely be a nazir. It's not the same as Rav Tarfon. Rav Tarfon says that even if it's verified at the end, if you are right or wrong, you're not a nazir because Rav Tarfon holds unconditional. It has to be a straightforward, unconditional nazirus. But now we're going out like that. We're going now, let's say, according to Beis Hillel, that if you made it tonight and you got it right, you should be a nazir. But now it comes out that he wasn't able to verify the facts, so he doesn't know if he was right or not. So then, in the back of his mind, he has that I don't want this. I only want to make I'm making myself a condition, a nazir on a condition, if I'm able to vadai find out. But I'm not going to put myself into sfekis. I don't want to be a nazir misafik. So he had him, as if he spoke out, as if he says, like in this fine print, I'm only a nazir if I'm able to find out the facts, and I'll be a nazir vadai. But if it's going to be a suffix, I'm not taking on
This is a vitar.
No, we're holding now. We're holding in a new case. Let's talk about this case now. Is called. It's a new case. Let's make a new case out of it. That's a new case now.
Okay.
So now is another question. Even in Beis Hillel, holds that if he did, whoever was right is a nazir, but here he wasn't able to verify if he's right or not. So the Tanna Kama says that he didn't mean to make himself a nazir on a doubt.
Yes, for sure.
That's not for sure.
Oh, no.
Like Rav Shimon says that he made himself a nazir on a condition. He doesn't know if the condition was fulfilled. If it was Mr. Greenstein, he's a nazir. If it was not, he's not, and he doesn't know because he can't verify. The guy ran away, so he's a nazir misafik. That's a new issue. He has to be a nazir misafik now. What does a nazir misafik mean? He's like this: that if I am a nazir because I was, so I'm a nazir, and if not, I'm making myself a nazir right now.
He has to take responsibility.
Yes, because he can't leave it hanging.
Because of the suffix, he has to take responsibility.
Right. And according to the Tanna Kama, who's going to be Rabbi Yehuda, he didn't mean to take on a nazir misafik.
If I can just ask, at the end of the Rashi here, Siyah Lachayrav, Rashi says towards the end, and you do im Shimon hu im lab einu nazir the suffix naziris lahakil. What's pshat? No, naziris is chiyar deraisa.
He didn't mean to accept upon himself. I don't know if Rashi means, I didn't see the Rashi, but I would just say that the Pashat Shan Gemara means that he didn't mean to accept upon himself. That Gemara is going to say, the Gemara is going to say the words, he doesn't mean to get into doubts. I don't want to be a Nazir out of a doubt. I'm only accepting upon myself Nazirus if it's going to be clear. If it's not going to be clear, I don't want this Nazirus. So it doesn't question if it's the Rais Rabbanan. He didn't mean to accept it.
Oh, so
he didn't accept
that's on the
it.
gap, but that's object.
It's only because he accepted. He didn't accept it.
Subjective to himself.
He didn't accept
right.
it.
But Rashi is the word. I mean, again,
Okay,
Rashi appeared in the fire says the suffix is just lahakil. We're talking about the rices.
Yeah, I don't know. The Gemara first goes back. The first thing the Gemara talks about is Beis Hillel. Beis Hillel says this word: "Alone is kind with the Vara." Whoever's words were not fulfilled. That doesn't make sense.
Right.
So that's the Gemara's kasha. Am I audible? Can anybody tell me if I'm audible?
Yes, it's coming in clear now.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So one line up from the bottom, Mishnah is coming with the above doesn't make sense. Am I even nazir? That contrary, because he was the one who did not get fulfilled. Rav Yehuda, Ema Mishnah is coming with the above. Change the gears to take out the word low. Something's wrong over there. So the Gemara edits the Mishnah.
It's further up the law, right?
The word here, this was the word low, but this one over here, Beis Hillel talking. In Beis Hillel's words, that the shalom doesn't make sense. Oh, maybe there's not a pshat, but that's the Gemara's, the Bavli's pshat so far. And the Gemara's going to say another pshat right away. Also, it's going to be a chesur mechsura. The way it says by us, it says whoever didn't, his words was not fulfilled, it was not Mr. Greenstein. He said that I'm a nazir if it is, and it's not. So he's the one who's a nazir. It doesn't make sense. He was conditioned was that whatever he says. So the more changes to take out the word low. Top of the page, the Haflam Gimel, Abai Omar, Kigon to Omar, Inami Laploni Avoy, who a heavy. They make this word into one big word, a heavy. Nazir, that you have to put in the words that he said. It's very hard, but he says that he says if it's Ploni, I'm a Nazir, and also if it's not Ploni, I'm a Nazir. That's pretty hard. It means he's putting it. The Mishnah is putting into the words into his mouth that he said I'm a Nazir if it is him or if it's not him. So I don't get the pshat so well. And then it says Lon is kind with the Devorah, but my Lon is kind with the Devorah. Lon is kind with the Devorah. How we shown him that he said I'm a Nazir if it is him, and when it means that it was not this kaimu, it means he said these words. The Mishnah is putting into his words Inami laflonihu. I'm also going to be a nazir. And that's what the words are over here.
He put a rider on, a second rider.
It means he says I'm a nazir regardless. He said
Right.
even if he is or he's not. That's pretty
Yes.
hard. It's pretty. I don't get the shot. Okay.
So
That's
this-
it. And what does it mean in the word "lenus kam d'varav"? That "lenus kam d'varav" probably shown him. Even though the first words that he said that it is Mr. Plony was wrong, but since the last words that he said were fulfilled, that it was not Mr. Plony, so then that's why he's a nazir. But it's all coming down to the same thing. Basil holds only the one whose condition was fulfilled. He's the one who's the nazir.
Rav Rashbrook takes out the words "ihave."
He doesn't take it out. He just makes it into one word. A heavy. I will be.
No, Rav Rashbrook says like this: "Inami lav ploni hu ihave." That's he brings from the sort of the Gemara. Tevis ihave nimcha near be'enai. Oh, I didn't see that. You were right. Ahave nami.
See, he puts it into one
I
word. He
will also be
a heavy. He makes this word into one word. He
Right.
condenses it and take away the space.
Ah.
A heavy. I'll take out the you. I have. I will be.
Take out the yud also.
Take out the you. Yeah, means I will be. Okay, hard, a little bit hard. But that's the idea. The Gemara says that it's only the one who's fulfilled. His words were fulfilled. He's the one who is a nazir. That was Basil's opinion. Bishamai says Bishamai says nazir is Taurus. Even a mistake is also a nazir. Base Hill says no. Only the one who was right, the one who made a mistake, is not a nazir. Tarfon says that any kind of condition is not a nazir at all, even if he was right, since it wasn't definite when he made the mistake.
Like base Shammai, right?
No, like Base Hill, probably. Tarfon's also Then it says a case in the Sefer that the person didn't arrive, he didn't come. They're waiting to him to see who he is, and then he didn't come. So time Siyal Achora bein a nazir. Time of Mishum de Siyal Achora, V'Hasi Lakaman heavy nazir. The Mishnah is Meduyak, it sounds like that only because we didn't find out who he is. That's why he's not a nazir. The Tanakama says now nazir, we're going to say soon because he made himself. He didn't mean a suffix, but it's mashma that if he would have come before us, then it would be a nazir because we see who it is. Mani, who's our Mishnah going according to? It means in the first machlokus of the Mishnah. If this whole daf we're going to skip now, right? There's no not skipping it. There's no Gemara on the whole Lamed Gimel Lamed Beis, and we continue to Lamed Daled and Lamed Aleph. Ilay Rabbi Tarfon, Miyavi Nazir means the end of the mission is not going according to Rabbi Tarfon because even if he would come, he says he's not Nazir in any case. Not only because he didn't arrive, even if he did arrive, and we see who he is. Also, Rabbi Tarfon says no one's a Nazir. Miyavi Nazir, Chivin de B'Shata de Kanaza Lo Yada Iploni who below Michala Le Nazirus. Since when he made the ned there, he didn't know if this is Ploni or not. He said, I think it's Ploni, but he wasn't sure 100%. He didn't say, I'm a Nazir. He said, I'm a Nazir, that this is somebody. So the Gemara really could have just brought the Mishnah that 2 lines ago just finished saying, Tarfon says he's not a Nazir unless it's definite. Right. But the Gemara does a little better, and it brings a brisa where it's going to explain the Tarfon Shita. This is Rabbi Tarfon. This is the brisa that explains the Mishnah. That why does Rabbi Tarfon say that nobody's a nazir because it says ish kiyafli lindar neder nazir lahem. It says kiyafli. Lafla means to be explicit. Only if the nazirus is explicit, and making a condition is not called explicit. It's dependent. So you have to be independent, explicit nazirus. So that's why Tarfon knows that anything which is conditional is not a nazirus. So this Mishnah, the end of the Mishnah, where it says that he didn't arrive, if he went away, so that can't be Rabbi Tarfon. Except Tarfon hold even if he did arrive, also nobody's a nazir. So the end of the Mishnah, that's how we explain the Mishnah right away. It's not going according to the Tarfon, but it's going according to Beis Hillel. And who's this Machlokas Tanakama, Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbi Shimon? El Rabbi Yehuda decree. This is Rabbi Yehuda that we know. Tanakama doesn't say a name, but it's Rabbi Yehuda that we find by the din of a Kri, which we'll see right away. We also had it mentioned once upon a time that holds that a person does make himself a Nazir. Even if he's going to find, that's the question.
If there is 100,
right. So Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbi Shimon is arguing about the case where he wasn't able to verify if he's a Nazir or not, which is the way how we explain the Mishnah. Right. That if he doesn't know it, then he wasn't able to verify. He made a condition. Maybe the condition was verified. He doesn't know. So that doesn't mean to make himself a Nazir on a suffix. And by Kri, there was a case of a Kri, and it's going to say the case right away. Kri is a pile of grain. The Tanya that there was a big pile of grain. And it would look like close to 100 core, which is a huge amount. The core is 230 so, and he thought that this is 100 core. So he said, "I'm a nazir. If this kri is 100 core, I'm a nazir." And then he wanted to check out if he's a nazir or not, and it's not there. It was stolen. It was lost. Wasn't able to verify was it 100 core or not. So what should be? We don't know. Safek nazir. So Reb Shimon knows that. Reb Yehuda Matir. Reb Shimon says that he has to be a Safek nazir. Same as an Am Mishnah, because he doesn't know. Maybe there was 100 core. If he doesn't have to, even though, like Rabbi Eliezer said, it's Safek Deraisa. No, the answer is going to be because he didn't mean to accept upon himself a Nazirus, which would only be a Nazirus Misafik. He doesn't want to go through the whole thing only being a suffix.
Right.
So therefore, he didn't accept it on its suffix. He only accepted it if it's going to be verified in the end. And the Gemara explains this machlokes. Rav Shimon Sava Achivin the Ilo lo nignav dilma havu be'mei akor ve'avi nazir hashtanami avi nazir. Since if it was not stolen, it means really inherently in truth, maybe there was 100 core. I need to be a nazir. So it has to be a nazir suffix. And like the Mishnah says, what do? You make it tonight. If I'm a nazir, I'm a nazir. If not, I'll be a nazir now. He has to take care of this suffix nazirus. Have a nazir. Here too, that he doesn't know if this person who this person was. If he would have come, maybe it was Mr. Greenstein. We don't know. So since he doesn't know, so on the side, since there's a possibility that yes, so then he has to be a nazir. That's Reb Shimon, and you have to stick in that Reb Yehuda holds not. That since he a person doesn't get himself into suffix, he doesn't want to be a nazir misafik. If I'm a bali nazir, I'm a nazir. If not, I don't want to be a nazir at all. I don't want to get into any suffix. So that was the machlokes in the Mishnah. We have two machlokes. One is about nadibit toos, the people who made the tonight made all kinds of tanoim. And what was the case over there? He is Mr. Plony. He's not Mr. Plony. One of you, yes, one of you not. Both of you, all of you. So according to Beis Shammai, everyone's a nazir because even the one who's wrong is also a nazir. Not nazir but toos is also a nazir. He still holds no. If it's a toos, the ones who made a mistake are not a nazir. Only the ones who were right. The Tafan says even the ones who were right are also not nazir because he wasn't unconditional. He's only making nazir if it's conditional. Then the end of the Mishnah goes according to Beis Hillel. Let's say if the ones who were right should be a nazir, the ones who are wrong are not. But the guy turned away. We don't see who he is. We don't know. So if Yehuda says, Rav Shimon says, Pashat, that yeah, you're a suffix nazir. Take care of your suffix. If Yehuda says, I didn't mean to become a nazir, it's only going to be a suffix. New Mishnah, the last Mishnah of the parak. And here is the animal called a koi. In the yeshivas, they say kvi, but it's really koi.
It's really koi. I always said that it's
Everyone says kvi. In the yeshivas, they say kvi, but it's really a koi. What is a koi exactly? It's a suffix chai, suffix behema. I don't know. They say it's not a buffalo, but something that you could say, something that you might think that there's a chai and a behema. Both of them could be a kosher animal, but they are chai and a behema. A behema is a domestic animal, like a cow, sheep, and a goat. And then there are wild animals that are also kosher, like the 7 deer, like it says, ayol, tzvi, v'yachmor. So there are 7 kosher chayis and 3 kosher behemoths. And this is a suffix if it's a chay or a behemoth. But they're both kosher. I mean, no matter what it is, it's a kosher animal. Buffalo, the question might be over there. It's a question if it's a chay or behemoth also, but I don't think that's the koi of the Mishnah. But there's a kind of animal called a koi, and the Mishnah brings down a couple of places in Shas to talk about a suffix chay, a suffix behemoth. Yeah, usually it's the get hilchas kisi adam that you only have to cover the blood of a bird or a chaya, not a behemoth. When you go to the slaughterhouse and you see slaughtering cows and sheep, there's no kisi adam. When you go to the shlachtais of the oifos, then you do see kisi adam. How about chaya? We don't have chayas too much. We don't have too much slaughtering deer. We don't have it. But if you'd have it, so then you do kisi adam.
So birds and what?
Birds and chaya. I've got a pasuk goes. I've got the pasuk, but it says a chaya or the chisas damo. So that's not. We're not going to talk about that. We're just talking about they're discussing if it's a chaya or behemoth. It's going to be similar to the case before, Mr. Greenstein. Now it's going to be Mr. Koi. The animal is a chaya or behemoth. So it seems to go through the same thing over again.
in terms of shchita and kisui dam, al suffix you can make kisui dam.
Yeah, it'll be a suffix. Yeah. It talks about the Mishnah talks about it on maybe on Yontif, things like that. When you have strakis, if it's not really kisui adam, but usually I guess you do kisui adam without a bracha. You have to. It's a suffix deraisa, so you do it. But and bracha's not market, yeah. So I just brought it in Agav. That's when we talk about if it's a chay or behema halachically. But here they're having a machlokes. Is it a chay or behema? Ruas a koi. Somebody saw a koi. We'll talk about maybe a lot of people. I'm accepting upon a zirus that this is a chaya. That is not a chaya. Maybe we'll just for the fun. Maybe we'll is a chaya. Ein a chaya. Haveni noshes is a behema. Haveni noshes ein ze behema. Haveni noshes is a chaya u behema. Very colorful guy. Haveni noshes ein ze lo chaya v'lo behema. That is neither. What do we have? We have it is a chaya. It's not a chaya. It is a behema. It's not a behema. It's both. It's neither. Haveni noshes echem mikem nazir. After someone's listening and he says that one of you is a nazir. It means that let's say there are different people arguing. So he has to be of them, it has either chaya or both, or neither. Like somebody asked, so someone's a nazir, echad became nazir, and another person said, "Abein nazir shein echad became nazir." That none of that one of you is not that neither. One of you is not. What? Let's see. And Abein nazir shekulchem nazirin. So these are all the choices over here. So it says Harei Kula Nazirin. The Chor goes to Beishamai again. That anyone, even the ones that are wrong, are also a Nazir. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Seems to be 9 choices happened over here. And the Mishnah says Kula Nazirin. The Chor goes according to Beishamai.
Why are we going to Beit Shammai again?
That's nice. I don't know. It could. I don't know. Why are we going according to Beit Shammai? Why should we have such a Mishnah according to Beishamai? Why should we be so elaborate? It has to do with toast. No, it doesn't have to do with suffix. It has to do with a toast. The ones who are wrong, even if you're able to verify who's wrong, who's right, but say is a chayana behem or it's neither. That all these are wrong. But even the one who's wrong, he thought that he's right. If he thought that he's right, Beishamai says like this. That's what Rashi the Mafarsh over here says. I leave it to Beishamai. So Chaim Dov is asking why talk about Beishamai? A whole Mishnah special for Beishamai.
Unpopular opinion, and suddenly one day.
So I don't know. The Gemara talks about a detail in this whole issue over here. Tani Chada Tisha Nazirin, Tani Ida Tisha Nazirios. In the Brisa, when the Brisa talks about our Mishnah, one of them says that our Mishnah has 9 cases of Nazirim. Makes sense. There's 9 cases over here. As if you have 9 people. Yeah. When it says Ruas HaKoi, one person said this, one person said that. There are 9 people. It's according to Beishamai, everyone's a Nazir. Okay, I mean, cool. 9 Nazir. Another Brisa said there are 9 Naziriyot. There are 9 Naziriyot means one person that has to take on 9 times. He has to be a Nazir 9 times. Why should that be? Why does it have to be 9 times? Because he was Makabal Nazirus 9 times. According to, and he was wrong 8 of the times, let's say. But Beishamai says that Nazir B'tos is so he said 9 times he's a Nazir, so he's a Nazir 9 times, even though some of them are wrong. But the most Kash is the words don't fit. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all those. It is a chaya, it's not a chaya. It is a behemoth, it's not a behemoth. It could be one person talking. Of course, it could be 9 people talking. But let's try to see if one person could be talking. So it says it is a chaya, it's not a chaya. It is a behemoth, it's not a behemoth. It's a chaya and a behemoth. It's not a chaya, not a behemoth. That's how far it could be one person talking also. He's a little confused, but he has all these different parts. But then he says that one of you is a Nazir. That one of you is not a Nazir, that all of you are Nazirin. So it's not one person talking. He's not talking to himself and saying that one of you, he would say, I am, the words don't make sense. And that's the Mars Kasha. Bishlam Tisha Nazirin, Kigon the Havi, Gavri Tfei, the Itfis, Va'azel, Bey. We could talk about
a lot of people.
There are a lot of people. The Itfis, Va'azel, Bey. That they're being tofes and what he says, I guess that means to say that the Mishnah only starts off Ruas HaKoi, but one person. But then another person continued and said the opposite. So I think that the point is that there are
on the koi.
The itfis bay on the koi. They have it gabi tfei, the itfis wasl bay in the koi. Thank you. And even though the Mishnah starts about one person, but figure out that it means many people. It doesn't say plural. It says only a singular, Ruas HaKoi. But it figures that there are many people over there. But the question is, how do you get the Mishnah to be talking about one person being on us 9 times? You can get 6. The first 6 you could read because he could have said all these different possibilities. It is, it's not, both, none. Plus, the bottom 3, the last 3, you can't talk about you. Who's you? There's no you. There's only one person. That there's another party over there after this person said everything. So then somebody else also accepted whatever he's going to be chayiv. What do we have explanation over here? Let's see the text over here. There were 9 people, and he said, "I'm the din of all of you." So he's going to be another 9 times. It's true. The Mishnah has to be talking about that there are 9 different people. But the Brisa that said that it could be a person who's chayiv 9 Nazirios is because he said, I'm chayiv, whatever you people are chayiv. Whatever any of you are chayiv, I'm going to be chayiv. And if there are 9 people over there, they're all going to be Nazirim. And he who said, I'm going to be like all of you, he's going to be a Nazir 9 times. Okay. The Vilna takes out Haredi Nazir. It says the guy in the Amar, the Nazir Sakolalai. Good. Okay, yes, everybody. Thank you. We're half Amud ahead. Yes, everybody. Thank you.
Okay.
Shavua tov, toda rabah.
Thank you. Cultivate, Shavua tov.